all your mothers, when you were a fetus in their tummy, they would have said my baby with love because they recognize it. You see? So that's why I'm saying this is subjective. I think she got offended maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, what they say is that there should be freedom for the women to wear whatever clothes they want. But unfortunately, when it comes to Islamic dressing, they have a special ruling.
Yeah, it's always hard to see like freedom and allowing. Yeah, it's always a trade-off between freedom
and what?
Like, where does your freedom end?
Yeah, but
so
what do you think is the reason the French government told not to wear hijab, for example, in schools and in government places and stuff like that?
Because they want to separate the state from the religion, like school, like government. So this is what they say. The reason why.
No, but that is in politics. So in politics, they are separating the state from the religion.
As well.
No, but in the school, for example, if somebody who is
school is like in France, so they want any sign of religion should be forbidden.
Okay, so
this is what they say.
So you're saying that they forbid the Jewish people wearing the kippah?
Yeah.
They do? And the Christian wearing the cross?
Yeah.
They do?
They are supposed to.
And what about the Sikh people who have to wear a turban as a part of the religion? You know, they can't. It is part of their religion.
I haven't seen any Sikh at school, so I don't know.
No, but I'm saying
they're supposed to do it. I don't know.
I'm sure they're
Sikhs
in France.
But, yeah.
It's a big country. So don't you think that is like you're infringing on their rights and the freedom of religion? Because I understand there's a freedom of speech and expression, but what about the freedom of religion? Isn't that part of democracy?
But you have to. It's the trade-off. You have to choose either freedom of speech or freedom of...
Why? Why is it a trade-off?
If they decide that school is late, they have to. No, I don't make the choice.
I know you're not the president of France, but I'm asking, in a democracy, is there such a thing as freedom of religion?
Probably not.
Not?
It should be, but it's hard to.
No, but the French Constitution, does it say no freedom of speech? No freedom of religion?
I don't think it's. I say. I don't know. I don't know.
You are French.
Yeah, I'm French.
Oh my God, the worst nationality you can ever.
Where are you from?
Huh?
Where are you from?
Morocco. Me?
Yeah.
I'm a Moroccan. Why you only ask this man? He doesn't know what.
How do you know he doesn't know? He's French.
They have a national party in France. Almost 40% of the French people, they vote for national party. While we are here, the national party, not even 0.5%.
When you say national party, are they like the right wing?
I mean, they are directly racist, people who they don't want foreigners in the country, although they had colonies in around the world, mainly Africa, even Asia, Middle East, even America, Guyana, French Guyana. And they only have a look how big London is compared to Paris. How multicultural city London, ethnic minorities from all around the world. Nobody complain about.
So our discussion wasn't about immigration. It was about.
They have problem with the Arabs.
It was about the right of the women to dress the way they want. So in a democracy, they say that, okay, everyone can dress the way they want, but when it comes to religious dresses, then they have a problem.
Yeah, well,
so what kind of a democracy?
I will answer you, sorry to give me a chance to answer. We're having problems to start with the first religion coming from God, which is Judaism. Why the Jewish, they wear kippah in France?
But they said they're not allowed in the school.
No, why should I know your religion? Your religion, you have to keep it personal. I don't like, me personally, and you're gonna cut me off, I don't like people wearing hijab.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Or kippah.
If someone's religion, for example, the Sikh people, for them to wear the turban is mandatory in the religion. For the Muslim women, the hijab is mandatory.
It's not mandatory.
Really?
No.
Are you a Muslim?
Not really, no.
Okay, so
I'm secular.
So you don't have the right to say they don't have the. It's not mandatory.
No, well, I was a Muslim. I brought up. I was a Muslim.
Well, you lost your right to.
I left Islam. So
you
now,
lost your right then.
They need to kill me. You need to kill me to go to answer paradise.
Says who? To kill you?
Says who? According to Islam.
I don't think you were a Muslim at all. If that is your, if that is your understanding, I see. Okay. Now you know why I'm going to cut you off because of this nonsense. All right, you can go away.
You will have plenty sex in the heaven.
Yeah, don't be jealous.
No religion. We're fed up with religion. Religion.
You will be with the worms. We will be in a nice place.
Leave our country.
Okay, so
the French,
anyway,
they need leave my country.
So unfortunately, this is the trade-off, like you said, at Speaker's Corner, where we have to deal with hecklers like him who come and interrupt. So initially, I thought he was making sense, but then you dig a bit, and then the truth comes out. So anyway, look. Like I said, in any democracy, the whole idea is for the people, of the people, and by the people. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, where is the rights of the people to practice a religion the way they want?
There's no question. Is it a question? Or is it like?
I think democracy has been misconstrued from. I'm sure the founding fathers of the nation of France had different ideas to the modern politicians.
Yeah, probably, yeah. So, yeah.
And it's the same elsewhere, I think, in other countries as well. Pretty much similar. So, I mean, that's the reason. You see, in Islam, we don't take our rulings, we don't base our morality, our ethics, mainly on just what the society wants. Because, today they say one thing is forbidden, tomorrow they say it's permitted, then again they change their mind. So, in terms of taking like the ethics and the morals, where do you take your morals and ethics from? Is it from the society or is it from somewhere else?
Well, it's a mix of everything, a mix of how you grew up.
Okay, so a mix of what?
Society, everything. Education, society, and what you learn, what you read.
Yeah, but I'm saying society changes, isn't it? So, for example...
It's not always a bad thing.
Say again?
It's not always a bad thing.
Look, I'll tell you what. Before apartheid was not a bad thing. It was legal.
No, I'm saying.
And then it became.
Bad thing to change. That's what I'm saying.
It's not a bad thing to change for the good. You're right.
Yeah.
But who decides good and bad?
Do you want me to say, at the end?
I don't want you to say anything against your will.
You don't ask question. You want me to say something, and then you want them to say, but Islam is good and everything.
Look, I'm honest in the fact that I take my ethics and my morals from Islam. So I'm not the one going to force you to say, okay, you have to say exactly as what I want. I never said that. That's why I asked your opinion. What do you think?
I don't think I need to have an opinion on everything. That's what I'm saying.
Then you can just say I don't have an opinion.
Yes, but I say, but said, yeah.
I didn't force you, did I?
No, but he said it before.
He said what?
He said it before.
Said what?
Didn't have an opinion.
Usually I don't talk about topic if I don't know enough about it because I
fair enough.
Sense.
Nobody forced you. Anybody else got an opinion on? Okay, the question is like this: who decides what is right and what is wrong? Because you see, everybody has a subjective opinion on these things, isn't it? Yes?
Who has to decide? Everyone can decide for himself what is good and what is bad.
I'm talking in a society. We live in a society, it's not individual. So, for example, if you think something is bad, you do not have the jurisdiction or the right to change that or make a law.
Yeah, the law is saying...
It is the governments, the societies who make laws as a whole rather than individuals. So that's why I'm asking you, who decides what is right and what is wrong? Do you think it's the government? Do you think it is the individuals? Do you think it's the society as a whole? What is your opinion?
It depends on the kind of government.
On the kind of?
Country, independent kind of government. The law is different in each country. So the question is too broad to be... It depends in France, in the US, in Africa. It's depends on the country.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you something more specific so it'll be easier to answer. Okay. What is your opinion about abortion, for example? And who decides it is okay to abort or not?
I prefer to be in a country where people can choose if they want to keep the baby or not.
So you're pro-abortion?
Yeah.
Okay. Yourself? Sam?
I don't want to.
Oh, you can say I no comment, no problem.
And you?
No problem.
Yourself?
You?
I'm against abortion.
Okay, that's fine. You?
I'm pro.
You're pro-abortion?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm against abortion unless there is a specific condition,
Like
reason.
rape,
Yeah, rape, incest, for
Yes.
example.
What the Quran says, because the Quran says is no. I don't know the name in English, but
Okay, so
doesn't allow
how we
this.
derive rulings in Islam is not just based on the Quran only. We have a corpus of like literature in Islamic literature, and also the consensus of the scholars. So it's not just one book. Everything is based on. So maybe you guys come from a Christian background, yes, and you think everything should be in the Bible, but no, that's not how it works. I'm just saying maybe. That's why I said maybe. Okay, so.
Yeah, but
It is in Islam. It's based on several different factors, and for example, if you said you're pro-abortion, what about the right of the baby?
No, I'm saying you say you're against abortion. What about rape?
No, I said there are certain
So
conditions.
you're not against abortion?
No, it's exceptional,
Yeah, but it's same for me.
my friend.
Yeah.
Same
You
for
didn't
me.
say that. You said pro-abortion.
Yeah, because in the case where rape, for example, or if the woman is forced to have a baby, she
Okay.
doesn't want.
You know, most of
It's the same.
more than 75% of the abortions that take place, it is not because of this.
Yeah, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying
Rape,
if,
you know, rape is 0.01% because of that abortions
if
take
you
place.
allow abortion in this case, you're pro-abortion for me.
No, it's not. There are exceptions to the rule. You can't say hold on. You cannot. No, my friend. There's a difference between, you know, when a woman gets pregnant, unplanned pregnancy. This is a reason for majority of the abortions. 75% of those abortions that take place are because of that, not because of a rape or an incest, or maybe there's a danger to life and death. Yes, it's not because of that.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Okay, so if it's just because two people that decided to, have sex and then the woman gets pregnant, and then say, okay, let's have an abortion. What about the right of the baby?
What about the right of the woman who doesn't want baby anymore, for example? I don't know.
No, the woman can speak. The baby can't speak for itself.
I think
So we have to defend the weak. Should we not?
I think there could be more damage to the baby if it comes to the world with parents who
Want it?
don't want the child and who can't provide. And I personally believe that soul can come back into a different body.
Sorry, say the last bit
That
again.
soul, the soul of the baby, can come back into a different body.
The soul of the baby can come back. Okay, you believe in reincarnation.
You could say so.
Okay, so you know about the baby coming to a world which is not good for it? That argument doesn't wash, you know why? Because it wasn't the baby's fault. So you can't blame the baby for that. It is a parent's fault.
The baby,
Yeah, but the question I asked was, what about the right of the baby?
or the right of the baby. Well,
Because in this scenario, it seems like the baby is the one paying the price for the mistake of the parents.
but because I believe the baby can go and choose a different body, the baby will go and be fine and choose a different life.
Yeah, but what if there is no different body?
I actually believe the soul chooses to come into a body, and so it's the soul's decision.
The soul's decision.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry, do you follow a particular religion? Because reincarnation is in Buddhism, in Hinduism, in a few other isms.
No, I don't.
So where do you get this information about reincarnation?
So I choose to believe in things that feel good to me. So I must admit, it's not like I got it from wisdom that I know comes from God, but I hear things, and then I think, okay, that doesn't feel good, or actually I like to choose to believe that because it feels good, and it makes me feel safe, or it makes me just, and the feeling good that I get is what I can trust must be some truth to me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Have you been, yeah. Have you been wrong in your life?
Have I been wrong? Oh yes.
What if you're wrong about your soul?
I may be wrong about
Is
my,
it-
but about my soul. What do you mean?
No, because you're saying your soul chooses which body to take. What if
Yeah.
you're wrong about that principle?
If I'm wrong about the principle that the soul chooses,
Or if you will ever come back to this earth? After you
I
die?
still try and make the most. So I want to grow my soul in a way that whether I come back or not, I know it will benefit me in this life and future life and other people. So
No, but you're saying your main principle is for as long as you feel good, then it is something right. Okay? So, you know, there are many people who have this principle where they feel good about something. For them, it could be right. For you, it could be wrong. You see, it's subjective.
Yep.
So this subjective understanding is something that is neither here nor there, because it's not rooted, or it doesn't have any basis other than you just making a claim. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And that's why
And that's why I asked you, have you ever been wrong? And you said yes.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're basically gambling. You're taking a huge risk about the afterlife. So I, as a Muslim, we believe that we are given one life, yes, on this earth, and this is the test that we go through during this duration of your life, and the hereafter is where you will see the consequences of that test. So if you pass the test, then the consequences will be good, and if you don't, then it'll be not good. So, you know, imagine if you came back as not a human, according to your reincarnation.
Oh, no, I don't.
You don't
believe that.
Okay, so that doesn't make you feel good, coming back as a dung beetle, you know. So I understand, but you know, the people who do believe in reincarnation, they say that your soul could be placed in an insect, animal, anything, you know, human as well. So yeah. So what you're saying is you don't have a basis. Let's be fair. What you're saying is just a claim.
So I'm trying to understand what you say when you say a claim versus a basis. It's because you see the basis as being on something that
it's grounded into, yeah, it's grounded in, for example, for me,
Yes.
it's grounded in my religion.
Yeah.
Yes. For someone like you who, I don't know, do you believe in God?
Yes.
You do. What's the name of your God?
It doesn't have a name.
It doesn't have a name?
I mean, I call it God or my higher power.
Okay.
So I call it God.
Right.
If you want.
Okay.
Yes.
Does this higher power communicate with you?
Yes.
You
Through.
were hesitant.
I was hesitant because I was wondering if what you meant by communicate, but I would actually say yes.
Okay.
It does.
So, what has let's say, what has this God told you about your purpose in life?
I'm influenced by the conversation I had just before about the purpose being worshipping God. But
No, not their
what I
purpose,
am-
your purpose.
yeah, my purpose. Now let me see.
Because you see, if God is able to communicate to you, then God should be able to tell you what leads to destruction and what leads to a good life and a good future. Yes? So what is where you're successful in life and where it is detrimental to your to the life that you live in. I'm not saying you're a bad person or even a good person, because I don't even know you, you know? But you see, for me, when I asked you earlier what is good and bad, who decides that? For me, it's ultimately God, because He has created us, He knows us, and He is able to tell you objective morality, yes, which doesn't change like the shifting sands, you know, like the fashion. French are quite good in fashion, aren't they? In the fashion world, they're well known for that. So, you know, it changes every season. So morality should be such that it is universal and it is unchanging. Yes, obviously I'm talking general, not exceptions, like we spoke about the abortion, where there are exceptional cases where the scholars do allow abortion. But what I'm saying is that objective morality should be such that everyone out there should agree to it, and they should all have the same. For example, if I were to ask anyone here, is rape right or wrong?
Wrong.
Same.
Yeah? So everyone will say it's wrong. Because,
For humans, for animals.
yeah, but let's stick to humans, my friend.
Yeah, but why?
We don't judge our life based on animals.
But why? So God is only about humans?
No. I'm saying we don't base our morals based on animals. Because certain animals, after having sex, they chop their heads off.
Are humans animals?
What do you mean by animals?
What do you mean by animals?
No, it's good. If you ask me a question, I'll say animals lack rationality, unlike humans. Do you agree?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so that's my answer. So that's the difference. That's how we distinguish between animals and humans. Because you see, humans, we have the ability to ask questions like this. Okay, the animals are worried about where will they get their next meal from. Yes, Or how will I be safe from my predators? This is instinct. This is what they live day to day. Human beings, we have built civilizations, libraries, you know, send rockets to in space. That is what distinguishes humans from animals. So now that we have got the basics out of the way, I'm asking what morality, how will be, you know, because everybody is subjective. The understanding of good and bad is always subjective. What might be good for you might be bad for her, and vice versa. Yes? That's why I'm asking. So when you say, you know, like I was asking you earlier about the right of the baby, now this is something which is a life. Yes? Which is a life. I think it's up to 24 weeks when it is legal to have an abortion.
Depends on which country.
I'm talking about this country.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about this country. But mostly it's around that, 24 weeks, thereabout. Certain countries maybe a bit more as well. But if you look at, even after 15 weeks, you know, the baby is like, you'll see it as a baby when you see it. Yes? And I don't know, has any of you who are pro-abortion ever observed how the abortion takes place? No? Yourself?
Je sais pas beaucoup là-dessus.
Est-ce que tu as déjà vu une abortion, comment ça se passe?
I heard about France, but never seen it.
Okay. What about you? Have you seen it?
No.
Trust me, once you see it, you will see how barbaric it is. They pluck the limbs of the baby piece by piece. They pluck it out. They tear it apart. And then it's no, wait. Depends who does the abortion, how it's done. Certain times they will give it some sort of... No, they give it a certain, I don't know, chemicals which dissolves it or something. So there are different ways they do it. But even today, the plucking is still on. It's not something which has been banned. Because they do not even consider this. They say it is a fetus. They don't even call it a baby. They don't call it a child. They call it, because what they try to do is they try to dehumanize it in a way so that people don't feel emotional about it. And this is how they do it with the language. But when a mother is pregnant, I can assure you, all your mothers, when you were a fetus in their tummy, they would have said, my baby, with love, because they recognize it. You see? So that's why I'm saying this is subjective. I think she got offended maybe, I don't know. Okay, but this is one of those, you know, this is one of those topics which we have to think about. This is so that we understand how difficult it is to determine what is right and wrong by ourselves. So unless we see it ourselves, we will say it's okay, it's perfect, you know, let them abort. When you have a country as small as this, having 20 million abortions a year, yes, or even more, I don't know, then you'll understand the significance, the scale of how much wrong is taking place in the operating theaters. Yeah, so you see, that's why I'm saying we have to put God before everything else. When I say God, the higher power you talked about, yes, because only God Almighty will know what is right and what is wrong. See what I mean? Because if I feel good, you know, I can do something. For example, there are people out there who feel good about stealing, people who feel good about murdering, you know, that's why they are repeat offenders. Why? Because they enjoy it. They literally enjoy it. Because you and me, we will think, how can this guy murder? You know, recently I read an article. There's a nurse in the NHS who actually murdered babies just because she felt good about it. Or maybe she felt, I don't know, she had some weird philosophies. And these are children of other people, not even her own children. And she's working in the hospital as a nurse. So what I'm saying,
Thank you for the debate. I think I'll go and see my
no
friends,
problem.
this is fine.
So anyway, what I'm asking is, if you look into Islam, have you got a copy of the Quran? Yeah, would you like one?
But what language would it be written in?
What language would you want it in?
Well, in English.
Yeah, we can give it in English, definitely. It's England. Yes. So yeah, we can give you a free copy if you want.
I would love that.
Yeah? Okay, inshallah. I'll ask one of the brothers to get a copy. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for your time and really appreciate you listening. But I don't want to hold you against. But what I'm saying is that, look, this life is short, yes, and we have to prepare for the next life, which is eternal. Yeah? And it is a wise person will always make effort to prepare for the longer journey and not the transitionary journey, you know. So when I'm going from here to, say, for example, the US, and I have to stop by in France, for example, yes, it's a transit. So I'm not going to pack for the transit, which might be a few hours. I'm going to pack for my final destination. So similarly, what I'm saying is that look at all the options. And then you decide, because you seem like a fair person. Yes? Here's a free copy for you, and it's in English. Yeah, so because God has given you intellect, and you are able to, make judgments. So unless you have all the options in front of you, you won't be able to make a judgment. You won't be able to make the right choice. So that's why I'm saying, look into Islam as well, and then you decide for yourself, You never know.